Hello, everyone. Well, we're gonna uh, talk about, I guess, I found a lot of inspirational videos. And on top of that, I found maybe an old schoolmate. I'm not gonna say who, because I'm not that way. But, it's really scary to know, okay? To, yeah, I'm not gonna say it is, but it kind of definitely looks like the way, but, that's almost like depressing to watch, sometimes of just like, whoa, hold on a second, like what in the world? And you just be kind of wondering that all the time, you know. I might be doing like a haircut, type expose type thing through here. It's like quick. It's like less than 5 minutes to cut my hair, you know, because I just do it myself, uh, you know. But it's one of those things where you just kind of have to go with the flow, I guess, you know. But yeah, and that's why I say I don't expect like to know people to watch my videos or even like want to follow me, but it just I just find people, and pray for people, you know, whether they realize it or not, it's cool. People just need to, you know, I almost every time I see like an expressional video and things like this, it kind of brings me back to YouTube. I'm kind of not leaning towards this other app, because this other app is just, yeah, it's kind of just, dying off of me, because I just don't feel safe on there, you know, because people just, stalk people on there and talk crap. So, you know, and so it's kind of just like I'm not sure why people do that. Plus, it just it's not cool. People do that. They don't like to help the situation. They don't. These people are not Christian either. And if they are, well, uh, they probably got the wrong idea, to whatever, That's why I kind of say, like, I feel bad for a lot of people, you know, for, and people are dying, it's part of life and all that, right? I mean, I'm fortunate because I haven't had no one die yet in my family, but, I'm sure there's many people have, that's why, you know, people of God, if you want to go there, uh, people just believe in God. So I need to. But at the same time, you can't force people. I'm not going to force people. But yeah, you know, that's why I'm finding a lot of things I wish I'd never seen on YouTube. But at the same time, like, I don't know what to think anymore. Like, this is, it's just like you're just basically flabbergasted by the fact that, I don't know what to do. Like, what to say either. Like, like, I'm hoping, this girl, though, can, have some more inspiration. Because, you know, when you per se can't walk or can't see or things like that, it's in your head. It's really just in your head. And if people tell you that, then of course you're gonna listen to them. Like I've been told this stuff too. Like I can't do this, I can't do that. You're on this, and therefore you can't. Like it's like one of those things where you just constantly just are overlooked by the fact of anything really, you know, by people, by anything, friends, family, random people. I mean, people don't want to. Like they actually kind of just refuse. Like it's just like knocking on heaven's door, and be like, when is it my turn to shine? Like it's just like one of those things, like things like that, and just kind of waiting for my time to shine, I guess. And you just gotta really be wary about things like this in the world today. So, in all that sense, things don't really go your way, and things just die. So, you know, but like I'm saying, things are not always meant to be. Things are not always meant to be yet. But yeah, I believe things are really looking up pretty soon. You just gotta believe. Whether people accept it or not. You know, it's one of those things where you just need to accept. And whether people do accept, kind of like what we see in society today, like jobs, HR, like I don't really accept for what they've been doing, you know, of putting applications, of saying things like anyone can work here, including the immigrants. But I have no problem with that. Just not the killers and the criminals and all these people are terrorists and whatnot. And like I don't want to work with that. Thank you, but like you're basically scared for your life every day. I mean, like I know I would. It'd be like you're just kind of just like scatterbrained and just be like, well, like I don't think anybody would want to work for that. You know, that's kind of like working at a gas station. Like you're always scared for your life and you might die today. Like that's true. I mean, it's not like it's gonna happen, but it can. Like, sometimes you're just better off alone by yourself. I mean, that's gotta be the best job ever, but at the same time, because you're just by yourself, because people just don't understand and, want to understand you. People don't want to, you're just basically one hell of a guy, and people don't want to accept you and stuff. Like, that's cool. Like, it's one of those things where you're just gonna have to just, like, I don't know, wake up yourself and just be like, come on. Like, people refuse. You know, we need people uplifting, powerful, and, maybe not so much money, but, just, uplifting, outgoing, I'm not going online, but real life, it's like, no. I wish, yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things. Like, it's like one of those things where you're just kind of just like outgoing and you want to be outgoing in real life, but you're kind of scared. Like, you're shy of the world of what they might say to you, what they might, do to you, talk behind your back type stuff. And I just kind of just like, people made fun of me, like your teeth is fake, all sorts of stuff. I mean, people even said I'm black, so that's gotta be fucking messed up. I mean, it really is. Like, you don't understand how messed up that is. Like, that's kind of being racist. And, I mean, what are you going to call me? Jewish now or next or something? Like, I'm just kind of wondering. Sometimes you just have to wonder about people. Okay? And that's why I kind of shy away from people. Like, I feel for people's pains and all that, because they're kind of everyone goes through stuff. I do. Everyone does. Like we don't. It's not like we all do. It's just part of life. But I think that may be it for today's video. Since I feel kind of sorry for a lot of people in this world. You know, as much as I shouldn't feel sorry, as much as I shouldn't feel anything towards people, it's kind of hard not to, because you you want to see them thrive and survive and make it and whatever, But we see my generation of the 30-year-olds and 90-year-olds of 90s babies, say all sorts of stuff. I found uh, a video that he's 90 or from the 90s, and he just, I'm like, whoa, like, hold on a second, like, are you really? And so basically, that's inspiration. Like, all these lower channels are like inspirational videos. Like, I'm pretty sure I got some people looking at my stuff, but, I don't expect people to watch it. It's fine. Like, I've been through some stuff with my family and my dad, especially my dad. I'm like, yeah, that's quite something. Like I knew it was gonna happen. I just didn't know when. Like my dad was like one of those types where like he almost socked me in my face. Like, oh wow, that's while my mom was going out to pick up my sister. Like, get that, man. How can you imagine that? Like right when she left, like my dad and me got into a almost a fist fight and altercation. Like I don't feel safe. That's why I would probably would have been dead a long time ago. Because I mean, I wouldn't be alive today if it wasn't for that. Cause my mom almost died, like in early 2000s, and yeah, I probably would be dead, and you know, but we shouldn't say that, cause people go through some hard times, like and people force you to do some not so good stuff, like and I'm not talking like we should condone this. I'm saying like we gotta watch out for people like this, like not something like we should just condone it and be like, yeah, go for it. No, 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 like that's bad. That's like very bad. Like like this is what I say. Like all my generation is doing that for the most part. Even the 20-year-olds, like this is why we're saying my state like ban guns, and I can't get over the fact that they're trying to ban guns here. But yeah, that's absolutely insane to ban guns. But that's just the way it is because I'm kind of sick and tired of seeing people with even females like shoot guns. I'm like, oh my god, like how old are you? And then I hear like, yeah, she's a minor, she's 14, and she shot somebody. I'm like, oh my god. Like that's why it's sad and depressing. Like no one wants to see that. From the headlines of your own like local news, and yeah, that is very frightening. Okay, like, I feel really bad for these people. I really do. Like, if we don't, like, make these kids, like, try to, not become murderers, then I don't know what the hell we're doing. Like, it's no different from being, like, some pedo, okay? We'll want that to happen in some nursery or something. Just saying. You know how dark that is? It's the same thing, really. I mean, you know, and that's what we're doing. Like, we're essentially, like, making these people become murderers. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, I'm just, thinking, how can we overcome this? How can we, you know, overcome this and become a person? And now this is why, like, I believe everything has a timing and everything has a meaning behind it. And maybe it's not your time to shine yet, Kind of like me, like my time's not to shine yet. But that's okay. Like, I truly believe, one day, they'll always shine. Like, they'll shine so bright, be like, whoa, hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Like, you don't have no idea. Like, sometimes you just need to live it up like that, Like, like I'm saying, I'm thinking, of doing some type of inspirational videos, like Bitcoin and maybe, like, things like that, Because I'm just one of those types of, I'm trying to help people, I'm very generous with that type of thing. Maybe not completely generous with that because I mean I gotta make it too, But I mean, if anything, I'll be willing to, donate, like, if you got like PayPal or Venmo or something, or Cash App, then yeah, I'll probably do that too. If if I can find you, and like, I don't really believe in, like, actually, like, giving money, from the internet to, that type of thing. But I do believe, sending like $20 or $25, or if you're some ministry, then I might give you more, But things like that, or even paranormal type of stuff. That's not cheap, I'm pretty sure that's not cheap at all. Like, people do this for a living, and people do it for fun. People want to do it because they just love it. Like, I know I would love it if I could do that too, but you don't see me doing that because, well, I can't drive for one. I mean, I wish, right? Like, this is why we all need to help each other grow and, find people and all that. It's one of those things that, you can only do so much by yourself. It's just why we need to branch out, like leaves and trees and whatnot, and be like, "Come on, everybody! Like, where is the preachers? Where's the good preacher that? Where is the love and forgiveness and whatever else? Where's the healing too? Where's that at? Like, you don't have to be black or white or whatever to, it doesn't matter what race, what color, but everyone generally, you know, says that to people, and I really don't like it. Like, it's just like, you know, like, you're just like continuing to do this, it's like good, and it's not good. So just beware of people, man. Beware of what people can do, because it's one of those things we all have to accept as people, to behave, to listen, to it's all depending on psychology. If you give this out to people, wouldn't that mean like you're doing that to other people? Or if they do it to you, that means you can do it, to other people, and vice versa. Like, it's kind of like with that, and that's not good. This is like mental illness, and all that. Like, what are you supposed to do with that? Like, who's willing to fix that? Like, no one has the time of day. No one does. Especially when you're working like full time job and things like that. I mean, I wish I could work a full time job and all that, but being disabled and semi disabled, as much as I don't look it, yeah, that sucks. Like you can't help what you're given. Like you just can't. It's one thing like texting on a piece of paper or a text or writing on a piece of paper or some text to some person or message to somebody and be like, yeah, it's one thing to speak about it and be like, yeah, it's perfect. Like, that's why I say people don't understand. Okay? Like, that's why I say I'm way too fast to talk and I can't keep up. So, even for myself, I do much better when I speak, but when I'm like texting, I'm like, wow, I'm stupid, man. Like, I must be like tripping on some good stuff, even though I'm not tripping. I just like, I can't keep up because I'm slow in typing because I'm just like, oh, I forgot a word there, you know? And I'm just me looking like it just looks bad. Like, my reputation's not going up, it's going down because, yeah, I kind of just be like, oh wow, maybe I should become some preacher or some evangelist or some gospel preacher. Because I mean, I don't see anyone. Maybe I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about something how to do that and maybe you help find people find God and it's kind of like what I kind of do, but I'm more like speaking about helping people than find God. That's why there's other channels for that, and I just don't believe people would believe me if I even tell them. So it's okay. It's okay. It's cool. Like I'm not heartbroken by that. But just know there is people who actually care if you just listen. Okay, like give the time of day. It's kind of like just because you're a billionaire and because you're a millionaire and whatever else doesn't mean the fact that you could take advantage of these people. Because I got a wealthy friend too. Like, we both agree that it doesn't evolve around money. Like, even though it does, but we still love each other as bros. We help each other out. He found a girlfriend way before I did. I'm like, wow. So, you found a boyfriend? Or wait, girlfriend? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we even bet on it. And saying, yeah, like, I bet you are going to find a girlfriend first. And he did. Like, like 3 or a month later, I'm like, wow, that's messed up. Because he did find a girlfriend. Like, like I'm saying, like, it's not about money, it's not about power, it's not about whatever, it's about, showing love. And he found a girlfriend that, um, basically, is a really dear friend of mine because, I mean, I never met this person in real life, but he is like one of a kind. Like, he's genuine. People hate him though, to the point like they hate him more than they hate me. I'm like, really? Yeah, I'm not sure why people hate him. Because he, I'm not sure why. He is very different. But that's why I say we're not about like he wants to save anybody he can. Like, he saves people like I do. Like, he doesn't care about status, fame, money, anything like that. Like he just loves helping people, and we get taunted by the fact that we're helping people, and we get tarnished for it because we like to help people. Like we do it on our free time, of course. And yeah, and his girlfriend's you know one of her parents is not quite so good, and and that's why he's basically not you know his parents disowned him, but they're still in love and still going strong. So I mean, sometimes you just have to like I'm saying, branch out, and sometimes it's meant to be as much as it's not meant to be, you know, and it sucks, but wow, what you be amazed what love you can find out there from just random people alone. Like you just be like looking at people like, whoa, really, this is true? Like what the? And you just be looking at people like that, and you just be like, wow, in amazement, and just be like, whoa, what did I just witness? Right? I mean, I'm like a good storyteller, right? I mean, people probably like my stories. So, you be amazed, what you find in this world, just from random people you talk to. I'm like the more like leaning on online people to talk to, but at the same time, not so much, cause I'm kind of trying to branch out to real people in real life, but that's not really me, That's not really me in real life. I wish, right? We all kind of wish that, to become that person. To, but at the same time, we're kind of scared, right, to do that, and that's why I say, yeah, while there's sickness going on and whatnot, and just you gotta be careful out there. But I think that's enough me talking. You know, maybe that'll give you some inspiration. To do what people want to do. Stop listening to the crowd because it's not gonna save you and it's not gonna help anybody. That's why I can't stand people who follow the crowd. I don't follow the crowd. Like I don't get like I get not so much good news about people when I do that. I'm very honest, genuine, and at the same time humble because you're supposed to. I mean, it's like constructive criticism and saying, and then people hate you for it because they don't want to accept for what it is, and many people don't. So until you face the music of that way, it's kind of just looking bad for you. And that's why I say, what can we do? What can anyone do until you're flawed? Like it's almost like it's it's something wrong with you. At the same time, there's nothing wrong with you because that's how you are. You know, like you can't help how anyone is. You just are built that way, and that's how you were made. So that's why I feel bad for people. You know, and at the same time, I'm jealous of people. But I'm not really jealous at the point like I'm gonna take your girlfriend or take people away. Like I don't do that. We should pray. Pray the Lord and God and whatnot. Everyone knows that you should in Jesus' name. But there's people who just be like, that's why God is very, in the name of love, basically, right? We do it in the name of love so that, people find God. If we don't be humbled by the fact that, we're doing this in the name of love, I don't know what we're doing. like we're doing something wrong, because it's one thing to thrash out on people and just tell them what, you know, things that doesn't is true, but they don't listen, and then people just call you mad for it, and then everything else just looks bad. That's bad. Okay, we need to show in the name of love that people are doing things wrong, and whether people accept it, like it or not, that's up to them to decide, and that's it. Like you just gotta wait. You just gotta wait for hopefully they can find the right people, or hope they can just pray to God as much as that doesn't seem to work, because every family's not the same. Every family doesn't go through the same stuff. It's just one of those things where we must just like pray to God and pray for healing and pray for protection and whatnot, right? To be saved, because that's why I say, like, many things out there ain't safe, and so beware of the dark, beware of things that are out there, because people like me is very different. People definitely don't like me. Like, I'm okay with that. Are you okay with that? Because you can't help how you're built, okay? People hate me for real. But I'm okay with that. I'm very okay. Like, if I wasn't okay with that, I just want to accept it. It's okay. Like, I'm perfectly fine by the fact that I'm built this way. Like, kind of like born this way. Like, you can't help how you're born. Okay? That's why I say, like, you must be born this way, because there's, something, something about you is different. Like, if people hate you, well, you must be doing something right, because obviously there's nothing wrong with you. It's the person who has some beef with you is at wrong here. That's why many people just say who have beef with you is wrong. But why wouldn't you not intervene? Like, why not? Like, wouldn't you try to, you know, hit these people up and or whatnot, and because you're not just gonna take that to from people, are you? That's why I feel bad, right? We should feel merciful and enlightened by this, and that's why we should. But many people don't. They don't want to. They don't want to accept it. They don't want to seek help. They don't want to, you know. And that's why it's become this entanglement just of sadness, heartbrokenness. Like, what to do? What can I say? What can we say? Like, it's too late now. That's what we all say, right? Too late. But at least I tried, right? As the individual, of course. Because if we don't say that as to ourselves, then it kind of just leads to a path where it's something that you it can lead to dishonesty, hate, or anything. But we that's like our last resort. Kind of like many things in this world, it's a last resort. It's not like we want to hate. It's not like we want to do this. That's why we try. Okay, we cry for help. We try to make you get help, but it's really up to you to get help. You know, and that's the thing. Like, until you get help, you won't help yourself, which means it kind of and then everything will follow. Everything will find you. Until you do that, no, like nothing will follow. Like that's the truth of reality. Like it's a whole other like dimension, and be like, wow. Like I'm just like, you know. And so that's the way of life. The flow. If you don't save money, if you don't try to put in what you don't got, and you just blow it on something, that's wasting money. Like that's honestly wasting money. Like you could have saved it, or you could have like it's really wasteful. I can't stand people who are wasteful. Like that's how I grew up. Like you don't become this wasteful person. Like you just don't. Like waste not, want not. If you don't want it, don't ask for it. You know? Like why are you just gonna buy something that no one's gonna eat? That's wasteful. You know? Why are you gonna follow the crowd and be like, just because people love this, you're just gonna buy it because, all sorts of stuff like people would eat it or people are just gonna whatnot, right? I mean, every body is different. That's why, I try not to be like stereotypical of the fact that people are stereotypical, but it's true. Like everyone's stereotypical to the point where they just assume, which is not very nice. Until people assume things about you, you don't really say something. Like we have to all accept this as ourselves. And the sooner the better, because that's why I say, look, everyone's stereotypical, everyone's racist, everyone's a liar. Like if you don't accept this as people, then we're all liars essentially, and you're lying about yourself, right? Everyone just a little bit, just a little, it just, but some is like a lot, and be like, well, right, and that's bad. We all have to accept us as ourselves, as our inner self, and say, come on, time to, time to make something, a name for yourself, and it takes like many years for this. It took me like 30 years, so, and I was slow, and I got brain damage and everything else. Right? Like, people like me just be like, no, you don't. You have no brain damage at all. I'm like, yeah, how do you know? Did you ask? You would never know. People would just be like, no way, you got brain damage. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't have no idea. Things like that. It's kind of like defeating the whole point of saying, yeah, you don't sound like it. You don't look it. You could function like a regular person. Still, you beat the game. Like, you beat people at their own game. That's why, you listen to people. Mm-hmm. Like, you listen to everyone else. You're not even listening to yourselves. You're just listening to the whole crowd. Like, I love country people too, but, I don't listen to those people. Or whoever. If you just listened to me, you would have been, like, saved a long time ago. So I don't really like Texas and whatnot for what they've been doing, kinda. I'm kinda like, it's very stressful, for some people who have been trying to save people, from, just whatever. And they still have some beef with me and God, and like, what are you supposed to do? Even people blame the fish smelts, and I'm like, what do the smelts do? Or what did I do? I'm like, smelts. Yeah, Like, I don't roll with those people, okay? Whether, want to say roll with these people, because, I'm not like 60 or 50, whatever. Of course I'm going to use like roll or, hang out or whatever. Like, why would I do that? That's known. But, it's not like you can't. You can, you could try. But if you don't try, then you kind of just got to give up. Right? That's why the Smelts is basically German people, right? And all that. But that's kind of a danger zone right there, you know. Because of course they're gonna say it's the the black people. Yeah, it's not very smart. I know. It's kind of just giving bad vibes. Yeah, it's one of those things where it appears to be those people. I'm not trying to be racist or nothing, but at the same time, I kind of have to question that, because it kind of gives like it's a German people, but then the German people are kind of giving like it's a black people, and I'm like, yeah, I'm lost. Like I really am lost. Like with that, because I'm just like, mm-hmm. This is why you can't follow the crowd. You can't just follow people around like some puppy dog on some leash and be like, well, time to wake up, people. Like, it's bad. And just because people fake stuff doesn't mean it is, so but that's okay. Like, it's what you make it to be, right? Not what you are, but how you make it to be. Which is philosophy. So, very physiological of saying mental capacity, the physical realm of the universe of love and care and all that. Yeah, it's very, very magical. If you want to call it magical, I don't know. But I'm not gay or nothing. I have nothing towards, people like that. I just, we should believe in equality. It doesn't matter if you're gay, trans, anything. Like, it's just you don't take it too far, that's all. Well, you don't take it to extreme levels of like saying, yeah, why'd you say that? That's not right. You know, that's when you just speak about it on like equal terms and be like equal quality. Oh yeah, kind of like we see the DEA of die. Like they're trying to kill equality from from that. You know, it's just like we're pointing fingers like that basically. It's just it doesn't make any sense, and we're hoping and praying. At the same time, right? We're hoping and praying. Right, that doesn't do very good when the quality's dead, and sometimes it just happens like you just kind of wonder why that happens, out of randomness. Like, they go so random. But yeah, like we all have to think about things like that. On that note, I'm out of here. Hope and pray. That's it. That's all you really need. And love and care. That's why you kind of have to wonder about everything in the world, right? Because when we see kids not get jobs, and people like me not get jobs, that kind of says a lot. And saying,